got on that one, but I'll stay here for a little bit. Charge my phone. Charge my phone like two to three separate times, bro. I had to charge my damn phone. You know? Man, I just want to say, for whatever this shit means, yo, first off, shout out all the goddesses. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out all the goddesses, and shout out all the people that show me love, that can see how bad I'm hurting and really what I'm going through, and trying to hold myself together around the abuse and be aware of the abuse that I'm living under. You know? See, I guarantee y'all, if a lot of y'all was able to see, if a lot of y'all was able to know, like how I know what I'm living in, y'all would feel how I feel. You feel me? Y'all would feel exactly how I feel. Y'all would. Y'all would feel how I feel. You feel me? Y'all would feel how I feel for real, because the reason why y'all don't is because y'all don't know what's going on. I can't even say that y'all are so damaged that y'all don't care, because I swear to God, if y'all knew certain shit, y'all would care for real. You feel me? You would care. You feel me? You would. You would. There's so much being done undercut. It's like, I really feel like this is the reason why I'm even going through what I'm going through. Even because I'm gonna say one last thing on what I was saying before and stuff, like how I wasn't shocked with everything with the mother of my child, because like low key, I'm gonna be real with y'all. That was my worst fear. That was my worst fear. You know, me being cheated on from like a woman that I really care about, and I put my all in. That was like my worst fear. Like I always feared that, you know. And it's crazy. I feared it. So basically, like my worst fear, it already happened. Like, and it happened in the worst way. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's how I know even more so that it was like a spiritual attack. It's not a coincidence that was my worst fear. I never even really expressed that to her, but she turned out to be how she was and everything. Like, that wasn't, nobody could tell me that that's a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no coincidences. You know, that's real life, you know? Because I was attacked, you know? I was attacked from Jumpstart, but I didn't realize I was being attacked because I cared so much. And I'll never stop talking about it, because the reason why I like talking about it so much, because I take pride in being a good person. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it however much so that I need, right? Where to remind me that I'm a good person around the attacks that's been on me and how people try to project onto me as if like I'm not, you know? Because they see so much power in me in the worst state of people that a person could be in. I'm not supposed to have no power right now. I'm supposed to be crying, feeling, even what I'm crying about is real shit. Like, I'm not scared to let y'all see me cry in person, none of that. Like if you was to look at me, if I was to cry in front of you and I feel pain to somebody cry about and you was to laugh at me or whatever, I wouldn't even get mad at you. I would know that that's how dumb you are, that you don't even know what crying is really about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have so much knowledge on so much now, like, it's like, I'm not going to get offended at you not knowing what I know. You know what I'm saying? Or think what I know is a lie because you're expressing it, if you do know, as if you don't, to try to provoke me or spite me. Like, I'm not on that level. Like, I don't got time for that. You know, so it's like I'm very, very proud of myself, you know. Very, very proud of myself. This was the perfect time for me to find out what I'm living in, because I couldn't have been able to handle this. Like I say this all the time, y'all. This shit would have happened when I was like 21. The cops know too. Like what I was on when I was in my early 20s and shit, I was still kind of reckless, you know. Like I would have been doing life in jail, yo. Be real with y'all. That's how I know shit don't be happening by accident, y'all. Shit be happening for reasons. Even the worst case scenario that you wouldn't expect, that's bad as shit, right? What could be worse than a man being separated from his child, you know? A woman that he chooses to spend the rest of his life with, her being the total opposite. You know, what could be worse than that, right? I transmuted that. Something that was supposed to break me made me. You know what I'm saying? Something that was supposed to break me made me, you know? It made me find out everything. Not even just about her, about that energy alone, you know? Even down to your demons, like literally. Like I found out everything. Found out what I'm living in. I found out here I am. I found out why that stuff even occurs, why women act like that, you know, how they cover it up, why it's not seen or acting like it's not seen by the male. Like I found out all the fucking angles to it, you know? And now it's just like everything don't feel the same now. Now it's like, man, I be seeing it. I be passing up so much shit now, yo. But put it like this, the people that's around me that I see, even if I haven't chilled with them regularly, or even if I grab weed for them, there's a lot of people that I have respect for that I'm really gonna fuck with, and I've been putting in their ear like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They might not know my situation, but I'm like, in my mind, like, yeah, we're gonna do some shit together, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna do this music, we're gonna do this, you feel me? We're gonna get all that shit in motion. Just let me just figure out the rest of this shit out with my son, get back in his life, visitations, all of that, you know, catch this bitch in her lies. You know, I shouldn't have to do it, but she made this shit like a video game because of how she attacked me. I had no choice but to defend myself eventually. You know, like, it's crazy, you know. Never make yourself a weak woman to your point that the man that's on your side, you're trying to attack him and be combative with him, you know. For real. That's like the worst thing that you can do, you know. I'm being dead ass, y'all. That's a weak woman. Like if you gotta try to, you're not supposed to be trying to embarrass your man. You're not supposed to try to embarrass your man. You're supposed to make other niggas feel jealous. Like that's what you supposed. That's your job as his woman. You're supposed to have other niggas when they see you know that they can't have a chance with you just by your energy alone before you even deny them. Like they know so much that even when he was about to come up to you, they changed their mind if they just even thought about it. But they not even supposed to think about it. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have that type of energy as a woman. Like, damn, I ain't even gonna try. I'm gonna fuck around and embarrass myself. She gonna deny me, probably look at me like I was crazy to even think about that. Tell my man's behind my back. He gonna call me out. He might beat my ass, or I ain't gonna be his friend no more. Like, it ain't even worth it. I don't even know why I'm thinking like this. Like, you supposed to have niggas like that, you know? But y'all women be doing the opposite. You like, oh, I'm gonna try to get this little secret relationship in private, and still have my man and act like I'm faithful, you know? Because I don't want nobody to see me how I really am, or that this is a problem. I don't want to look at this like this is a problem, you know? For real, y'all. I'm serious, you know? So now, like, I'm done on like a lot, y'all. I learned so fucking much in a short period of time that, like, what I know now, y'all, I don't think that, it's like I'm set up for the right woman now. The only sad part is, me as Aquarius, like, I don't double back and shit like that. And that's why the pain even hurts even more with my baby mother. Because I doubled back with my baby mother like 2-3 times, y'all. That's what made her even feel even more so. I guess like I was never gonna leave her or anything. That's why when I was looking at her, one of my last acts of kindness to her, y'all, I kissed her on her forehead, y'all. I kissed her on her forehead after I told her what I told her. You know what I'm saying? And she got up, and she was like, she threatened me using my son, and she was like, it was something that she was asking me for manipulation purposes off of her not telling the truth. I don't even remember exactly what it was, but whatever it was like, I was just like, I saw it through it and shit, and I told her, I didn't even get mad at her, but you know, but even playing with me like that, like I really could have maxed out, but I didn't. And then I basically kissed her on her forehead, like, all right, I know what I'm dealing with. You're not gonna tell the truth. You know, I love you. You know, I wish you well. Like you don't even know what you're about to step into, thinking this is this, but you gotta change the fate of your whole life right now, and you really already did. And I'm trying to stop you. You about to, you know what I'm saying? And she just knew it all. She was like, her exact words, y'all, verbatim. She was like, see me in court about your son. You're gonna have to fight me to see your son. You know what I'm saying? And stormed off and out the apartment and shit like that. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? And even me not knowing her that well, y'all, when she said that to me, I didn't think then that she was gonna alienate me for 5 years of my child, and I was gonna have to use them peoples to see my son ever again and shit. I didn't. I thought she was just talking in the moment. I didn't think that she was that crazy. You feel me? I didn't think she was that crazy. I was just like, okay, she a hoe, da da da. You know, but she still got some sense to know that we got this child, and I still need to be in this child's life. You know what I'm saying? Nah, she ain't even have that sense, y'all. She motherfucking set me up. I'm not even gonna say what she did with the cops and shit. I'm not even gonna put all that out there. But I'm gonna just say this. That's a wild individual, you know? That's a wild individual. But the universe showed me everything down to the T how he did. So I can see the person that I thought that I loved wasn't really that person. You get what I'm saying? Like the universe wanted me to see that shit. You know? Like I don't care how much you love this person. This is how this person is treating you behind your back. You know? Or right up under your nose. This is how this person is really acting. This is how this person is acting when other people are talking about you in other rooms. You know what I'm saying? This is how this person is acting. This is how this person is acting when they get that liquor in them, when they get them drugs in them. This is how this person is acting. You know? The universe started showing me all that shit. You know? So no, y'all, like when I tell y'all that the universe works in wild ways, it definitely does. And I lie to y'all not. I literally said to myself, I said, yo, I said, man, universe, I know this woman on some wild shit. I said, show me what she on. You know what I'm saying? If I tell y'all how I'm tapped in, y'all probably wouldn't believe me if I told y'all. But I'm gonna say this. Right after I said what I said for me to show me, the universe showed me that night. Showed me her on that porn site. You know, showed me that video. Cause I was thinking, I knew when I asked that I needed to see something in that moment. And I'm like, how am I gonna see this in a moment? But how the universe told me to look for it, everything is just crazy. And to lead me to the video, literally hearing myself on the video and all of that, and seeing her doing that in the car with me on speakerphone, and me remembering the actual conversation from the actual day. Like I went back to the whole actual day in the summer, in May, and all of that. You know what I mean? And then remembered and matched it with the conversation with like what she said on the video, and remembered, recognized my voice, all that. I said, damn, you was 8 months pregnant with Zion at that time. And you was doing that, 8 months pregnant? Gross. And then when I tried to show her, y'all, she tried to gaslight me, act like it wasn't her. Like the same pants, the same, like I know the whole outfit. She tried to act like it wasn't her. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, these hoes is wild. Dangerous. You gotta watch these hoes, man. I'm not even on front, and I adore women, but I look at all women completely different, y'all, after that situation. I don't even like being, let me tell y'all, she abused me so bad, right? You know it's a different love from your mom and then your girlfriend, right? I don't even really like to talk to my mom on the phone because she's a woman, and that was a woman doing certain stuff on the phone while she was talking to me on the phone. This bitch was getting fucked one morning, and she said, do you hear me? As she's getting digged down, and she's like, and I'm like, yeah. She's like, do you hear me again? Like she wanted me to hear her getting fucked. Like she was on that type of shit, y'all. So when I tell y'all, I'm gonna break everything down later, but when I'm telling y'all I wasn't playing about shutting her out the rest of my life and using even all the negativity for the rest of my life to teach for purposes of how to watch how people are and stuff like that, I'm not playing. I wasn't playing about that shit. Yeah, y'all. When I say like I don't play about, I'm not gonna say I don't trust women, but you know how you know something and then like you expect, like it's like, I'm not gonna say I expect for a woman to be a hoe, but any of that I see, like I'm not shocked off of what I went through, you know? Like My story surpassed most niggas' stories. And I'm still not even telling y'all shit, but my shit surpasses most niggas' stories of getting cheated on and all of that. Definitely. Mine's like the worst story of it all, y'all. And put it like this. If I was lying, y'all, or if you thought I was lying, do you think that I would be separated and have her shunned out like that? Or do you think in some type of way, like I wouldn't be this standoffish like this for nothing? You know what I'm saying? Just because, not even, I wouldn't even be this standoffish just because, like let's say I was with her and she cheated on me one time ever. You know, one time ever. You know what I mean? And that's still crazy as shit. It's the same thing. All it takes is one time, you know? But like, let's just say, like, I probably wouldn't have been this standoffish if it was even just one time or one person, you know? If everything didn't play out, what she thinks that like I just left her because of just that specific person in that time. But no, bitch, you was being a hoe the whole time. Even the other times you left me and all that, like I know exactly what was going on. You know, you was a hoe from Jumpstart. But mainly why I shunned her out though. Believe it or not, y'all don't have to believe me or not, but because of what you did to that child. That's why. You know, that was the icing on the cake. Like you could have been done with me and did all of that you did and been a hoe, and maybe the situation would have played out if you didn't separate me from my child. But the fact that you took it to that extent and separated me from my child and being that bitter off of your own behavior, in which what you know you shouldn't have been doing, oh yeah, that's for life. You know, that's what made it for life. I know people probably already told you that too. You're like damn, you already did that and cheating and multiple shit and not trying to make it seem like you wasn't trying to make this man. You tried to make him question his own self like he was crazy and shit. But then you separated him from his child and his whole family also and shit, where he didn't see even the pictures of his children for his child for years. No assurance he's okay, not even his mom and all of that. Like you tried to cut him off like he just didn't have his child with you just because you wanted to get dick down and have your sexual liberations and all of that. Or you thought somebody was better. When you just you were already crazy for putting yourself in a situation like that, jumping around like that. Fuck is you jumping from man to man when you just having a kid with one man? Like you're all over the place, you're messy, you're dysfunctional, you're chaotic, you know? So I learned so much, y'all. I learned so much. And me talking about it, it helps me because it helps me remind myself what I got out of it, what I escaped, you know? That's the worst relationship I've ever been in my entire life. And most people will vouch that for if they're not with the mother or the father or the child, they'll say that's the worst relationship they ever had in their life. Because it's more intense already because y'all have a soul tie. Y'all bring a life in the world, you know what I'm saying? So just off break because of that, it should be respected with a certain respect. You know, it's different from someone just being your girlfriend or boyfriend, and then you bringing about a life with this person. You know what I'm saying? It should be a certain respect that's with you. You feel me? That should just already be like embedded in you. You know how they say like a person, you know how they say like I was about to say that, but that's not even like that because most people aren't ready to have kids. You know, majority of people, even more so this generation, have kids in a way of just having sexual fun, and it comes about, right? You know, but even still. Even with that being said, it's a lot of people that have children. How much people can vouch that they had their children when they wasn't prepared and they didn't think about trying to separate the mom or dad from the child? You know what I'm saying? People have kids randomly in ways all the time, and they don't think about doing shit off of them not working out, even if cheating was involved. You know? There's people that have a sense of maturity that understands what a kid needs, and they're not gonna try to come in between that. You know? You can't try to like pinpoint and try to look for bad stuff of a person you attacked and destroyed just because you didn't destroy them entirely, and you can't get them back to try to destroy them to the point of no return because you didn't do it good enough the first time and shit. You can't do that shit. The universe straight blocks that. Block, you know. If you fit it. And you know, because I'm still being alienated from my child, you feel some type of way, that's your fault. But even that video I just posted, I was posting that from like a generalization standpoint. You feel me? Because like I said, it's a big issue. A lot of these women, when they go through, that's why even Core said, he said, what he said? He said, bitches go through heartbreaks about the whole again. You get what I'm saying? Like that shit really be real. It's like instead of healing and all the things that you need to be doing, it's like y'all showing y'all emotions. Y'all try to have that as an excuse for it being justified of you not dealing with it properly and trying to use sex to help that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm sad, so I'm gonna just get on, I'm just gonna bounce on the dick. I'm gonna have this threesome. I'm gonna suck this dick. You know? That's not helping you, you know? That ain't doing nothing to help you, you know? And it's like I said, it's a big problem because niggas shouldn't be able to get on the internet and talk about women cheating in ways that y'all do, right? And all have the same ways that it's done and shit. All y'all same games and shit. Like that's, like y'all should be ashamed of that shit. Nigga don't even know another nigga, but a nigga at this point, and because he went through this, he can say this and it be exactly that. You know, because that's exactly how the woman did it to him. You know, the same game, the same way, the same manipulation. You know, the same love bombing, the same discard. You know how they got like all the stuff that they say a woman's doing that she's cheating, whether it be lack of attention, pulling away intimacy. You know, her phone, always carrying her phone in the bathroom, putting her phone face down. You know, acting like it's the most vicious property ever, to protect shit like that, like out of nowhere getting like it's like certain stuff, but energy more than anything. But how is all that shit the same for females when y'all be cheating and being a hoe? And I don't respect this shit, but I'm gonna just say this: I don't respect it. I really gotta say I don't respect it so y'all understand what I'm saying. But I'm not mad at y'all hoes. I don't respect it, but I'm not mad at y'all. Right? You know, I'm really frustrated. I'm not mad at y'all. But what I'm mad at is y'all destroying good people and seeking out supply, how y'all narcissists do, and seek for a man with a good heart, and you can see the goodness in him, or he hasn't met a woman like you with that type of shit, and then y'all find y'all new victim. That's and y'all just going around hurting people. The shit that my baby mother did to me, like one of her exes was actually one of my exes. That was a lesbian, right? And dated the girl, and that girl warned me, not my ex, but the girl that my ex was girlfriend with. That girl warned me about my baby mother, and I didn't listen to her. But Lily, I swear to God, if I see you, Lily, I know you was just trying to help me. You was trying to help me from this bitch, because you wasn't lying to me about anything everything you was telling me about her, you was telling me the truth, and I should have listened to you. How often do you hear that, y'all, with narcissists, where it's like a narcissist, once you escape a person, you think about a person, people was trying to warn you about a person, but you didn't believe them, because you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, these narcissists, they really out here. They'll suck you dry, you know? They'll take all your energy from you and then be out here giving all your energy to everybody else, capitalizing off your energy. And then coming back and you kissing on you, acting like everything is everything. And you won't even think that they feeling guilty, you know? They'll just act like they're tired. You know, they might have just been getting fucked up, sucking dick, whatever. But when they feel guilty, they'll make it seem like they're just tired sometimes or all this other stuff. You know, they'll do all things. It might be a fight that come up, even if it's not for them leaving. They use it as an excuse. Like they'll do all these small shit because they feel guilty, and it's because you're light for real. But they know that they're doing you wrong, and you're not fully aware of it. You know, and they're pretending. They're wearing a mask. You know, until that mask starts falling off, and they gotta leave. They gotta go to the next person. You know, but when they leave, they be trying to come back though. You know, but with me, the thing that was different with all the people that my baby mother did with me, did with everybody else, but different with me, is I cut that ass off. I actually defended myself. You know, I got tired of all of it, you feel me? Because it's a child involved, you know? If it wouldn't have been a child involved, when she did what she did, I would have been like, you know what I'm saying? I would have been gone. I wouldn't have went through depression. than dealing with what I'm dealing with and stuff. And stuff wouldn't have happened how it did. Maybe I wouldn't have the information I have now, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it would have been just like a regular breakup. But the fact that she alienated me, took my child and ran and shit, set me up, that created a whole new level of it. You know what I'm saying? It's so sad that my son gonna be like 14, 15, 16. And just how it is now, she gonna deal with everything else alone, without me, while we got a child together. No contact, you know? I remember even telling her, I don't remember verbatim how I told her, but I remember telling her, in some way I told her, I'm like, you're gonna regret this for the rest of your life. And I said to her in a way like, because once I cut you off and I get on that type of time, you're not even gonna be able to tell me sorry or be like I was right. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna be living in it, you know? Now you stupid, you in a toxic relationship, you out here fucking and getting people that really don't love you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know you a hoe, you know? You can't hop out of your own skin. You hear what I'm saying? You can't hop out of your own skin. You can't take that off your reputation. You know, niggas talk. Once niggas know, and for real, it's crazy because women be upset when they get exposed. But really what y'all don't be, y'all already be getting exposed. You think niggas don't talk? You don't think niggas be like, oh yeah, I hit that joke too, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I had her like this. You think niggas don't talk? Y'all really be thinking that niggas just keeping it a secret, you know? And even if niggas is keeping it a secret, like I said, that's not changing the effects that it's having on your organism, you know? Either way, it's a lose-lose situation. Y'all think y'all sexually liberating yourselves, but you're not. You're destroying your life, you know? And that one happy dopamine hit that you're getting for that feeling, you know? That insatiable sex drive feeling that you gotta have, you know? Or no matter how much dicks you get, or whatever big dick you get, it's not enough. It's still not enough. You empty your shit inside. Another thing that's crazy about it is they all got the same eyes. Y'all know the eyes I'm talking about. It's like a fake innocence, but you can see the demon, and it's like dark, you know? Y'all know how narcissist eyes get? Like my baby mother eyes get like that. And it got like that. Me looking back in even the arguments that we had before she set me up and stuff, her eyes was like that, you know? Definitely her eyes was like that. Like I remember one time we was sitting on the couch, and she was on the left side, and I was on the right side in our apartment, and I was talking to her, and she was, everything I was calling her out about, she was trying to like counterattack it and say something about me to like avoid it, you know? And she was trying to like blame shift. She blame shift everything. Like this woman is strategic, y'all. Strategic. But she had like this innocent face, like, oh, like I'm so innocent. I'm a good girl, godly. Y'all know how they do. Like they make it seem like they be having like posts on their page. They make it. I'm telling y'all, those be the ones. If she got on her profile. And she got on her profile like over trying to explain her godly relationship and stuff. Like someone that's really like that and stuff, they don't gotta over explain it. Like if she got like not even just like one thing on her profile, but things back to back, like 3 things in her bio or some shit like that. Oh yeah, that's one of the biggest signs she a hoe. Cause it's like you're already trying to over establish to me your relate. I'm gonna be able to see that in just your pictures or the pictures you post in your face. I'm gonna be able to see that. You know? I'm gonna be able to see that. Once all these bitches get ran through and shit like that, they usually be fat and sloppy, right? So then after that, like they main profile picture, it'll be like just their face. You know what I'm saying? When back in the day when it was like they body, now it's just their face. Cause they ran through, you know what I'm saying? Looking crazy. Like I said, energy that gets on you, you start looking crazy when you start having different DNA from a whole bunch of different niggas in you and shit. You start looking different, you know? And you might not even know why if you don't even notice. You start looking different. You can't look yourself in the mirror the same. Then you start feeling different, you know? I'm happy that I'm clean, you feel me? Like that's something that I can boast and brag about. Like I'm clean as shit. You know, like I'm not on there, even with me being home, I'm clean as shit, like, you know? For real, for real. I guarantee you the last female, and I'm just being real with y'all. I guarantee y'all, you find out the last female that gave me head. I guarantee you, she'd be like, yeah, this shit was clean as anything. Tell her she was sucking it. She'd be like, she was like clean as anything, smelling like flowers and shit. You know. First off, I don't even eat how y'all eat. You feel me? So that stuff isn't even coming out of my skin and shit. You feel me? This is cold shit though. This shit's in the way. They trying to kill us, you know. I'm just happy the sun is punishing them for that shit. Finally, you know. God damn. I know that this cold weather is not even natural, you know. This cold weather is a sign that how divided we are and what's happening with our children and the state of us, you know. We're not at peace from a collective standpoint. I even like to be like, oh, you know, I'm at this, I'm at this. Like, how much peace are you really in at the state of your species, where our children are being destroyed? You know what I'm saying? Being touched on, being hurt in every way, ways you can't even imagine. You know, but everything's supposed to be good because you got peace. See, people found what they think is individual peace within this hell, and they settle for that because they don't even want to think about anything else other than that, or that what they living in, they really need to change that because they feel like they have no control. That's why even now with everything coming out, everybody's having so much avoided energy. You remember a lot of the stuff that you bring up now, even UFOs and stuff, a person would have wrote you off immediately. You're just saying this shit like you're crazy, but they can't even say that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? So now when you talk about real stuff, or they can't deny the spiritual stuff and the cosmos and stuff, you know, the sun and stuff. Now you talk about real stuff now. Now everybody gets like this on their phone and shit, or tries to, you know what I'm saying? That's like, whether they directly or indirectly, they try to gaslight you. Even if you're not talking to them, you could be talking to somebody else and they happen to be in the same place as you. That's how they're gonna walk past you. It's like they get offended or act like, you know, you know what I mean? They throw all this weird ass energy, you know? Because now, motherfucker, you gotta face the truth. And even if you're not facing the truth, guess what? It's getting harder to hold the lie, you know? That's what's up now. And it's gonna get even way worse than right now, you know? Until this shit crashes down all the way, more things are gonna happen because y'all motherfuckers keep playing. Like I said, it's not about you individually. Kids are being hurt behind this system, and our species is at a very docile state. We're not supposed to be living like this, and we lived against our own means longer than we should have. You know what I'm saying? Way longer than we should have. I swear to God, I'm not freezing tonight, though. I swear to God, I'm not freezing tonight. Motherfuckers gonna have to do what they did. You feel me? I swear to God, I'm not freezing tonight. You know? Like when I think about all the pain that I go through, that I'm going through just because I'm divided and I'm in a system that's designed to put me in this state if I'm not being a good enough slave, and when I go through, be off of this shit I don't even talk about that shit. Like, when I think about that shit, I'm not even gonna front. I want all y'all to die. I'm not even gonna front. I want all y'all to motherfucking die, you know? Because it's like pain that I'm dealing with that I shouldn't be dealing with, you know? Like, if my people wasn't divided, I wouldn't be freezing in the cold, you know what I'm saying? Whether it would be here or not, you know? I don't deserve to freeze just because I'm not being a good enough slave while I'm trying. Or even if I wasn't trying, you know what I'm saying? That's fucking abuse. Y'all fucking abusing me, you know? And y'all ignore me because a lot of my brothers and sisters that are divided against me, they don't want to talk about this shit, or they don't care, or they don't think it matters to them because they have a nice house to live in, or they got a certain occupation, they got a nice car, you know, they can do these things. Who am I to them, right? They don't know me, so I don't matter, even if we got the same genetic makeup. That's how ignorant, that's how lost we are, you know? So I'm not gonna lie, I want everybody to get it. I want everybody to get it. And I'm happy, and I'm not gonna say I want to, I'm glad everybody about to get it. Because it's on the way more, it's on the way. And even now. Well, I wonder what's gonna happen when I can't go to Dunkin' Donuts, or I can't go to Starbucks, in the ride. When that's not there for you to go through, when it hits that level of a crash, and even if not all shopping centers, let something like that happen while the stores are still up, due to coffee or some shit, like no more coffee coming in the U.S. or for this reason, as like a sign that it's crashing, and we're getting closer. What? That alone, y'all know how much people will go crazy? Tell me about it. People are going to go crazy before they pay attention to like literally what's happening because of how much they're trying to avoid it. You feel me? I'm already facing all of this shit now and then. You feel me? So as it really hit and we get closer, like I'm not going to go crazy because I'm already, you know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be a shock to me. But all of y'all that's trying to avoid it, it's going to be a shock to y'all. And y'all gonna wild out. Even if it's killing yourselves, y'all gonna wild out. I just wish that y'all just leave me the fuck alone. It's like if you want to be happy being a good slave, right? Whether you're a prisoner of war or not, if you're about genetic makeup or not, if you want to be happy being a good slave, it's like just be happy being a good slave. But when you get around me, and whether I'm talking about something or you can feel the energy of me trying to play the game or me in lack, and you could tell that I see everything for what it is. Don't try to spite me in any way. Or when you're having your business conversation, when you feel offended by me and I'm not talking to you, you're trying to talk extra loud about your business or your stocks to make yourself feel comfortable despite me, as if like what I'm talking about isn't happening, as you really feeling uncomfortable, like get the fuck away from me. Like I don't fucking care. Leave me alone. Like that's why I can't wait till this shit is gone, because y'all so fucking annoying. Like y'all in my fucking way. Like I be trying to get away from y'all motherfuckers, like for real. Fuck out of my way, man. You want to be a good slave? Keep that shit over there. You feel me? Keep that shit over there. Even while I gotta go to work and I get off. Like I'm not proud of that shit. I'm not fantasizing about my motherfucking next shit or trying to feel like whatever fake power or that's power. You know what I mean? And shit. Like what the fuck? Like y'all can keep that shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't even want y'all sleep-minded niggas around. For real. Or y'all bitches. For real. None of y'all. Like, I don't want none of y'all motherfuckers around. I don't want to be around y'all. You know? I'm mad at shit that like, I gotta, like, in my mind, you can tell y'all one of the main reasons why I'm trying to get stable. First, my son and all that. Lots of this shit up. But after that, like I said, I just don't want to be around y'all niggas. Because the faster I can get away from y'all niggas, it's like, I only have to be, like, say, like right now, right? I'd probably be in my car working on my music right now. And away from anybody or this system that could come by and try to spite me just because they're walking by me. I'll be somewhere where no one's even walking by. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, we don't even gotta be by each other. Besides when I'm at work or whatever. But other than that, like, as soon as I get off shift, like I'm gone, like as if like I'm in my house, even with me not having a house, like in my own privacy. So I'm not even around y'all trying to spite me. You know, I don't want to be around here. It makes me feel like y'all trying to take me down or spite me because, you know, I know what's going on and what I'm saying is right. You banking on it not to be what it is, and you find out it is what it is. So you're mad at me. You fucking spite me and make me feel inadequate because I'm in the worst of the situation because I'm homeless. Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just tired of all of it, yo. It's like I'm from the war. It's like everything I do, it's like motherfuckers trying to attack me, make me feel less than. I'm just trying to survive. Like motherfuckers get mad when they see you trying to survive, as if like we're not in this war. Like this whole system ain't against us just because they ain't in a better situation financially. Like that's how ignorant motherfuckers is. Like they so fucking annoying, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. Shit get on my fucking nerves. Look, can I get on? Hello? Got. Like I just told y'all, and that's one of them, right? That guy when I first met him, y'all. Maybe he might not have seen me, so I don't want to see that, but I know he seen me, you know. But it's like, even him when he first met me, it was like a same situation, but it wasn't my fault because the bus didn't come, and he wanted it to be my fault, but it that much so wasn't my fault because it was even another person. You get what I'm saying? It was another person that was waiting. It's like he wanted to make it seem like it was a situation, but he couldn't because it was another person, you know? So he couldn't even make it seem like I was lying or making it up, and they were saying the same thing, right? So he was so wrong, and it was almost like he had to surrender, you know? And he surrendered, and he started acting like a regular person and shit, you know? He started acting like a regular person. Let me get on this bus. But I just gotta get out this cold. It's just too fucking cold. Real quick. It's way too fucking cold. You know. Fuck this shit. How you doing today, bro?
Longwood Drive Transit Center.
Yeah, so I'm on the jump. I'm on the jump, right? And he goes, he switches. And he acts normal, right? Because he was wrong. And then he starts talking to me and starts listening to me and like how smart I am and stuff. But like I said, like it just seems like a lot of people. Like having knowledge is a gift and a curse, not just from the awareness of knowing what you're living in, as it's crashing down right now because of where we're at, but even like people trying to spite you because of your awareness, you know, how smart you are and shit like that from your own people and shit. Like it's like a lot of wild shit. That's how I know it's a reward for our species in general. Like this test is over. Like once this is over, it's not gonna be like no other time of us in this type of state while we're divided and all that type of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no type of shit like this. But it's like I just need that shit to hurry up even faster, you know? Cause like I told y'all, I could be, yesterday I would have been rich and I would have thought like all my problems was away and everything. And I know I would have found out that, you know, all my problems wasn't away and stuff. But today, I'ma really feel some type of way because I'm like, every neuromelanated being ain't rich, you get what I'm saying? So what the fuck is this for me? Because me personally, I'm okay. But what's been done, this foundation, and how hard it was for me even to get this, while one of my brothers and sisters out there in the same situation that I was once in, you get what I'm saying? And that's the psychological slavery right there, because most of us are already there, y'all. most of us right now, if any random millionaire, billionaire was to give a random black person, and all we dealt with, all we struggled in this system, not even knowing that this system is designed against us, and thinking we could still get real justice and all of that. You know, right? If anybody was a millionaire, billionaire, give a random black person that, right? I'm not saying that it wouldn't be black people on the planet that would use that money in some way to try to build something for other black people or whatever to help us out. But I'm telling y'all, there's a big portion of us that would take that money and you would never see that black person again. And they wouldn't give a shit. You feel me? They would just do what they want to do with that money and be chilling. You feel me? For real. And they would just get them in there straight. You hear people say it all the time, you know? Like, as soon as I get my money, I get rich. I'm gonna get me and mine's good. And that's it though. You hear me? That's it though. Like, ain't nothing about the rest of the other Indians on the whole planet, you know? And when I'm saying this right now, this don't got nothing to do with the complex cell organism. Anybody with animal DNA, this is just straight son in the flesh. Like, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to y'all. I know y'all fuck with me that's on here also. But there's a lot of stuff that y'all not gonna be able to feel because y'all don't have a biological identification of the planet. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's so powerful to know genetics and know your anatomy, because it's like a lot of the stuff that we even get offended about, we wouldn't even get offended about or be mad about. We would just see it from an anatomical level. Like, you're not gonna feel like this about this. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, you know, I speak about it all the time, right? But how, you know, they got recycling, but every single day they cut down more trees, right? Every single day they cut down more trees, you know. And you think about it, if they don't got a connection to those trees, why would they give a fuck about those trees? You know what I'm saying? If you don't got a connection to nature, why would it bother you cutting it down? You know, they don't feel what we feel like when we see nature cut. We see the bottom of a tree, and we don't know how big that tree was and stuff like that. They just see it as monetary gain, another office building. You know what I'm saying? Infrastructure. You know, they already seeing the whole plan and how it's gonna look, how the business gonna look and stuff. They're not seeing it from the families that live there for that to be taken down or caring much to leave it there to not do so and shit like that. So that's why this is one small thing, but I say genetics is connected to everything. Like, it will help you have more empathy and compassion, you know, on both sides, us and them also. But we know why you run from your anatomy though. You get what I'm saying? Because if you was to face your anatomy, you wouldn't be able to manipulate me. Even right now, with how divided we are, you wouldn't be able to have me divided from my brother and sister. Even amongst the monetary system, money and superficial materialistic things, it wouldn't matter. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what we're getting into right now, as all this real reality is coming in amongst the infringed reality, the false ideology that has nothing to do with us, and that's keeping us in a docile state, keeping us in fight, flight, or freeze. You know, keeping that cortisol coming out. You know, this is real. You know, y'all know I value y'all for real, but it's like it's just so much stuff, y'all. But it's like, I just hope y'all got y'all popcorn and y'all smear. You know, because it's just so crazy how a lot of us are just trying to live our life regularly and thinking that there's gonna be no consequences with all the truth that's came out from 2020 to now. That shows you people's psychologicals right there, and the cognitive dissonance that they have, and we have the cognitive dissonance, and it lets you know with us the Stockholm syndrome that we have. It's Stockholm syndrome. You know, I always say it all the time. Psychological slavery is way worse than physical. Way worse. Way worse. You know? Way worse. And, you know, you can heal, your body can heal from wounds, but mental damage, might not always be able to heal from it. You know, neurological issues. That's a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying? How your neurons work. Even when cortisol is released from your brain off of you being in fight, flight, or freeze, that messes with that. That messes with your neurons. You feel me? Like all of this. You know what I mean? You can look all of this up. You know, and like it's like I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be reading some shit with my phone. I'll be reading in the library. I go to libraries and get the certain books and I read there. And I test my knowledge whenever I talk to doctors, if I'm in a hospital, or whenever I see doctors in person and stuff. But literally, I'll say this: whenever I like, if I was to see like a random doctor out here, and I start trying to converse with them, right? And this just shows you how dangerous knowledge is, right? Even because I spoke to doctors where I can tell that they've known more than me, right? But I just knew enough, you know what I'm saying, of what I'm not even supposed to know, right? And they didn't want to have a conversation no more, you know what I'm saying? Because they're like, even if I explain this to him, the fact that he knows this much and he knows this, I still won't be able to manipulate him from the truth of me living off of him. And, you know, and what's happening to him on a psychological level, in the medical field, in the judicial system, definitely in the fruit industry, right? And then even the political system, all the programs that's connected to it, you know, all the stuff that's deemed as like regular reality, as you know. You hear what I'm saying? So no, it's real. It's very real, y'all. It's very real.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Now, yeah, I had to get out of that cold real quick. I gotta get out this cold. I'm about to go to my gym though. It's like it shows y'all like how much like I don't even be wanting to be around people sometimes, y'all. Like a lot of times, so I'm moving away where it's like niggas don't gotta really be around people a lot and shit. Even if I'm just people be like all the time, like I see you walking all the time and shit like that. It's because I be walking all the time because first off I smoke a lot. That's first off. So it's like, you know, not even just me eating right, but I be exercising. And walking is different than running. I'm gonna talk about that for a whole nother live. But yeah, like, you know, I'll go on bops in ways where I can just get away from everybody. You hear what I'm saying? I'm really at a point where like me knowing what's happening anatomically with people, where I don't feel safe around a complex cell organism for real. I don't feel safe around them. And I'm saying this from a genetic standpoint, from a biological standpoint, not off my personal feelings, not because I'm racist, not because anything that an unnatural being has did to me that made me mad and which I didn't like or anything like that. Nothing of that. I'm saying this straight from a straight me knowing what's happening with their cells right now. And the behavior and the characteristics that's gonna follow. You know? And if y'all knew how I knew, y'all would feel exactly how the fuck I feel. But people think I'm just crazy when I'm saying it just because I'm struggling financially. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a motherfucker that's just talking, right? You know? I'm just a motherfucker that's talking. Well, so be it. I'll be the motherfucker that's talking it. Because it's like I can't do it no more, yo. Can't do it. Motherfuckers is acting like they so slow. I'm not slow. You feel me? Not slow. The only thing that keeps me different from a lot of y'all is like fear. There's different versions of fear. Everybody talks about fear of somebody hurting you and stuff. But have y'all ever feared just not being aware? Have y'all ever feared that? That's a fucking fear to me. That was a fear to me. That was a fear to me before I even came into this information. You feel me? That was always a fear to me. Fear like not knowing, not being aware. Whatever you're not aware of, you don't know how you're being harmed. You know? So you could be being harmed and thinking like that's regular pain or regular harm, but you're not even supposed to be feeling even that. That's not even supposed to happen. You feel me? You're not even supposed to experience that. You feel me? Like, for real. Like, that should be hitting different when you know it's some shit that you're not supposed to experience, but you experiencing it because you're connected to your species and you know what you're living in, you know? That shit hit different. Like, that shit hit way different. That shit feel different. That shit, you feel, for real, life just be feeling like a whole flat out attack at that point, for real. Because you like, damn, you know? I feel like I'm more shocked about everything than anybody, even the people that I be making aware, because I don't want to be around it no more, y'all. Don't want to be around it no more. But I'm saying this like just because I'm venting right now, as if this is like on some right now shit. Y'all, I've been like this for a while. I've been like this the past 5 years, y'all. You know, just because I can, when I go in public places, I can be public. You feel me? I can, you know, I'm intact with myself. You know, I'm not out here reckless. I'm not trying to harm no one. I can be in public. I can talk to people, be so-called normal or whatever. But like, me knowing what's up, y'all have no idea the pain that I feel on a regular day basis. You know, and not even just towards like when I say like I want y'all to die, like I mean like I want y'all to leave me alone. I want y'all to stop doing the damage that's on the planet, and however so that y'all gotta be away, even if not for me. You know what I'm saying? Even if my own people, to stop, you know, people harming children not being safe, you know, any wrongness that's on the planet, then so be it. So be it. You feel me? It gotta be how it gotta be. It gotta be like that. Niggas is crazy. Like what the fuck? Like man. Like I be getting triggered by a lot of shit. Like, you know, I be getting triggered even when people be like there's levels to your shit, right? Like people be like, oh, you know, like for instance, like I just saw the thing and it was like black people own their first part of land, a whole community. And this gonna sound ignorant to anybody that don't know what they living in, right? They'll be like, y'all black people proud that y'all got a lower community? Like, are you fucking crazy? Like when I saw that shit and they like smiling and shit, like I see all the houses, like, yeah, this our lower town, we got a community. I'm like, oh yeah, you really lost. You really don't know where you are. So you happy to have these couple of acres, hundreds of acres, or however much it was, but you don't see entirely that this is your whole planet and you shouldn't even have to pay for that. Like this is already yours. You don't feel like that at all. Like I'm like, all right. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like niggas done settled. It's like niggas done settled for like accepting like whatever is seen as power that's in this system off of our division, instead of coming together or trying to find out how to come together to stop the shit altogether. Like niggas just done settled for individual success and what they think is success and shit. Like it's crazy, y'all. I know that it's something that's protecting us, that's aware, and it's on our mind on a daily and shit, from like everybody else that's trying to ignore it or just doesn't give a fuck, regardless even of your species. Like I know. Well, I'm not gonna say regardless of your species, because y'all, people that's not my species, y'all not protected. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But yeah, it's just insane. It's insane, y'all. So I'm gonna tap in with y'all, man. So we points of RoBs, Inferno, while it burns slow. Shout out to my guys and goddesses, know how vibrational here is being, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day for real.